Good
Blog
morning.
Talk Radio.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for another episode of A Crazy Dream. Today I have a special guest on. I actually met this guest while at a youth event, and when I met him, I felt like I just had to connect with him. I loved his energy, and I also loved his mom's energy when I met her. So today we're speaking with Megadon, the founder of Genesis Bhedrochk Films, proud Bedstuy resident and hip-hop advocate. And some might be wondering, this show is about holistic wellness and wealth, but one thing we sometimes forget about is community wealth and wellness. And we need people who are interested in the community, who are focused on activism, and who are making a change right where they are. So everyone, please welcome our guest today, Megadon. Megadon, how you doing today?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course, of course. So I wanted to start out because, when we actually met at a youth event, and so I was really interested, and I heard you speak. So I wanted you to tell us a little background on hip-hop advocacy and what that means to you.
Hip-hop advocacy means, of course, stepping up, representing hip-hop, and watching it and pushing for progressiveness. Like, it's not really, it's not a judgmental thing, but it's just about somebody who would like to see the best potential out of the culture because it's becoming, it's so global. And, just wanting to push, again, a progressive, positive product for the culture.
Yes, I love it. So when you say a progressive, push for the culture, how do you use hip-hop as a way to be progressive? What is the way that you use this platform to promote growth and progression?
Well, my platform, Bhedrochk Films, I have a workshop which is mind and film. So it's a workshop that really deals with perspective versus vision, and through that we use exposure. We use the technical parts of film and how it really it kind of correlates with the mind and how you should use just be very conscious about what you take and what you give out. So this is the mental health part, but you also use the technical parts of, like I said, the camera and just the industry as well, how they use it to influence society. Just suggestive marketing, stuff like that. So it goes deeper, but it's more like about perspective and just being real conscious about your thinking and cognitive behavior.
Yes, I love that. So when you say being conscious of our thinking and cognitive of our behavior, how would you say that utilizing hip-hop or, even just growing up in that culture has helped you to become more conscious of your behavior? What experiences have helped you?
I have numerous experiences. Of course, life experience, period. But of course, having a foundation, it's the foundation first. My parents, my mother, my family, Bedford Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. So I have that influence I do have, but it started from my foundation. I have to give credit to that. And just life experience and being real, I don't know, just you have to feed those parts of your body, like the spiritual, the physical, and the mental, and then, but you just also have to be real particular about what you take in from what's going on. So I think I've been blessed and lucky through, the Most High's guidance. So That's my mother calling me now.
Tell Mom we're doing an interview right now.
Exactly, right?
So right now, when we think about hip-hop and we see, changes going on in the culture, and it feels like we're actually seeing, more conscious music coming out, what are some ways that you would say for youth to be more conscious, or ways that you could suggest for them to be more aware of what they're being fed, when it comes to the music that they're listening to?
I would have to say research. Research, be diligent in individual learning. That would be my first thing. Don't take everything for face value. Like if somebody gives you something and it feels good and it sounds good, okay. But research, go deeper for yourself, absorb it to the point where you can say, okay, I know what I'm talking about, and it's not just a feeling. I know what I'm talking about because I researched it. So I would say that, and I don't want to say, I don't want to be judgmental about what I do. You know what I mean? Like that's I'm kind of real cautious on that. So whatever somebody feels as far as their music, what they take in, I'm just like, please don't be careful what you give out, because these kids, I'm looking at the generation that's about to come in, and it's kind of like spooky. So,
yeah.
Like, well, in my area, I don't know about anybody else's. In my area, it looks kind of spooky.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about your area, because you're in Bedstuy and you're from Bedstuy. You're an original. So could you tell us a little bit? Yeah, could you tell us a little bit about the transitioning that you're seeing, or some of the things that you see happening in the local community right now?
Right. Of course, gentrification, which is the word, is evident. It's coming in. Is reality. It's a lot of different cultures coming from everywhere. They're coming from out of the country. I'm talking to some of my neighbors that's coming in. They can be Indian. They can be European. They can be from anywhere. They can be from the Midwest. So I'm getting to be, I don't want to say used to it or whatever. I'm just watching how they are being accepted and embraced. Do they embrace our culture? Like that's the thing that I'm really keeping my conscious eye of and pushing at the same time when it comes down to being a hip hop advocate and doing the community works that I'm doing around in the community. So, I'm looking at it, and I don't, again, I don't push any lifestyle or any judgment or anything like that. I'm just conscious of what's here as far as Bedford-Stuyvesant and preserving the culture of Bedford-Stuyvesant and not watching it become Bedford Park and Stuyvesant Heights and forgetting exactly what was here before any of that rezoning or redistrict, whatever they call it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, I'm watching that.
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that, when you talk about, the renaming of areas, I've also noticed that they're renaming areas and changing names, as, the communities are changing. And I was just thinking, how Bedstuy is Bedstuy. And when we met, we had this conversation because I said I was from Clinton Hill, which I researched, and it is called Clinton Hill. And it has always been called this. But, you said, you're like, that's Bedstuy, And, I'm just seeing, like, what you just said is so true. As they change these areas, they change the names on them as well. And what you said is true. Like, you have to maintain the history, the story, or else it gets lost.
Right. And going back to that conversation, that's crazy because I spoke with somebody from Clinton Hills, a kind of famous guy by the name of Little C's, and we spoke about that too. I actually have it on tape as well, so I mean, you could take my opinion, and hopefully you take somebody's opinion who's lived there all his life too. You know what I mean? Like they changed. Like we had, it was an area like off of Fulton, which was like drug plagued. It was plagued with drugs, right? right off of Fulton, and I think it's Washington. So when you come from downtown, they didn't want Clinton Hills to be associated with that area. So they just attached it to Bedstuy because that's the next closest area. So Grand Street really starts Bedford-Stuyvesant from Fulton, Grand. But they started it really because after Washington, it's St. James. And St. James and Fulton and these areas wasn't really conducive to the image of Clinton Hills. So
yeah, exactly.
They said, okay, that's Bedstuy. That's not Clinton Hills. You understand?
No, I believe you. I mean, I definitely believe you.
So now that they have, they are really building things up and stuff like that. They started construction with. I'm having an interview.
Tell Mama I said hi.
Yeah, we get at the car. Tamika says hello.
Good morning. How are you, Tamika?
I'm great. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Yeah, so everybody knows that I'm a mama's boy.
That's not a bad thing. That's actually that's.
Well,
nice
I'm not worried
thing.
about it. Trust me, I'm not worried. But like I was saying, but through through zoning and construction, they've changed everything.
Yeah. So I want you to talk because you just said that you were interviewing Little C's, and you have your Bhedrochk Films. You're a filmmaker as well. So could you tell us a little bit about how you got into filmmaking?
Actually, of course, I took time. I had to sit back and take, because I was involved in a lifestyle that really would not have been, I would not have been here right now if I'd have continued that lifestyle, right? So I took time and thought about the culture of hip-hop and, the things that was going around, and I saw the influence and how it was going global and how, commercials were starting to be hip-hop, like, it was like Tony the Tiger, and I was like, wow, hip-hop is crazy. And I remember it started. I remember being, with windbreakers and having a cardboard, and I remember being a kid spinning on my head, right? So I said, what is it that, since hip-hop is so powerful, what is it I'm good at that, So I started doing interviews, and from interviews, because I had connections with people who were in the industry in hip-hop, because they, Bedford-Stuyvesant is the best neighborhood in hip-hop culture. We've been the most influential, so I have connections with people, personalities in hip-hop. So I would speak with them, I'd talk with them, and through the interviews, it started becoming more with when it comes down. But plus, I did have media training in high school. I went to the performing arts as well in Midtown, where it's Jackie Ken and Murray Bertram. So I had training as well. So it was like at the same time I went back to what I was kind of introduced to, and then I learned more, and then I got into like Brick Studios. I have a show called CARE, Culture Advocates Reach Excellence. It'll be on Mondays, 10:30, every other Monday, actually this Monday coming up. So yeah, it started to just take form, and I have now my own company, Bhedrochk Films, Genesis Bhedrochk Films, and we also have a music division as well. So it just started taking off differently, and my thinking started taking off differently, and now we're progressing. We're moving, taking strides, one step in front of the other.
I love that. So you talked about Brick, and, I'm also, a Brick member. And I just wanted you to maybe tell people who are listening, people who are from Brooklyn, who are in Brooklyn, how they should or how they could utilize Brick services and, like, how you found out about Brick.
Right. Okay, so through my different networks, I have a good friend, Manuela Ruiz. She's real good at what she does. But she introduced me to a lot of the film So she suggested that I take brick studio courses and use the resources, and I looked into it. I researched it. I went to an orientation. I felt that it was something that would be beneficial, and I took the classes and learned more of the technical things that I needed to know when it came down to film. And again, it just reintroduced and reinforced some of the stuff that I had learned when I was in high school as well. So it just gave me extra motivation. So they have good resources where you can take the cameras out. You learn how to do camera work on film. You get some certain certifications you may feel like will be if that's what you're into, if that's your profession. But even just having something to do, like sometimes you need something to do, and it's cost efficient. It's not really that much, so you go down there and check in the brickartmedia.com and get some courses. I don't know. Find out like what the prices are. Get the time right. Time management is the key, and it's available. It's available.
Yeah.
That would be my suggestion to Brooklyn residents. Yes.
Yes. So you talked about CARE, your show that's going to be airing. So tell us a little bit about CARE, the show that you'll be airing, through Brick Arts Media. Like, tell the people, about that show, what it means to you, the kind of conversation that you'll be having on there.
Okay, so CARE is Culture Advocates Reaching Excellence, and of course, being a hip hop advocate myself, I go out among in the different neighborhoods of, if not Brooklyn, it could be. I've done interviews in Atlanta, everywhere, wherever I go, North Carolina, Virginia, it doesn't matter. So I go to the different hoods though. Like I don't really like doing in studio stuff. I like being outside. So I would do the interview in the element, and most times we'll talk about whoever I'm interviewing, their progress and how they got to where they got to. We talk about hip hop, different topics, whatever it may be. It could be about politics. It could be about we have different segments called. I have one called Industry in the Streets, which I might have a producer, I may have a rapper. Who knows? It may not even be that. It just be somebody from the streets that's maybe he might have some infamy, some notoriety. Who knows? So we have different things going on that really push the progression of the culture, because it's always about hip hop when it comes down to CARE and when it comes down to me, like as an advocate. So yeah. You can check CARE out, too, like I said, Mondays, 10:30. Check out the cable guide that's in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Brick Studios definitely has been a conduit, a catalyst for my film career, film progression. So, again, I would really advise people to check it out. And if it's something that interests, get into it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
So just thinking about, our conversations we've had in the past, I know that you also work with some nonprofits, and I just wanted you to share, the impact of reaching out and how people can get involved in ways that they might not always consider, how you don't always have to start something. You can also join something that's already, being done. So could you share a little bit of your nonprofit work with the people who are listening?
All right. So I work with Peace for Peace, and I have a partner. Her name is Mona Faison. She's the program director. She handles, we coordinate different events. We've done things we have an annual event in June, Gun Violence Awareness Month, and this will be our 4th year coming up. So when it comes down to that, we just give awareness and bring resources together and have people just knowledgeable about what's around them, the different SOS, the different other nonprofits who are in the other areas, GMAC, whoever it may be, when it comes down to helping the community to just be, I don't know, just to be cohesive and conscious. So when we put the event together, it has performing, it has vendors, it has because depending on the venue, because we've done it at the YMCA, we've done it in the park at Herbert Von King, so it would really depend on the venue. Hold on for 1 second. We're gonna get this train.
Okay.
So I'm out in the element.
I know you're always on the go.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So I want you to, again, I know you said, people can find the show on Cablevision on, you said Monday.
Yes, on Mondays, yes.
And could you tell them your social media outlets and how they can reach you?
Okay, so that'll be, I've been slacking too, because I haven't been totally, I haven't divulged everything. I'm also a member of the big music group 50-50. So shout out to my brothers 50-50 Chips, my brothers Bill Young, Menace Cowabang, Tone, Bird, my man Strizay, you already know.
Are you there?
And I'll be with me if I didn't go to this. I mean, so if you want to looking for me on Instagram or Megadon, 50-50 Megadon, and like I said, get in tune. Request, and I'll accept. And then you have Bhedrochk Films, that's BHEDROCHK Films, Bhedrochk Films, and that's with H's, BHEDROCHK Films. Yeah, so I'm on the Instagram, I'm on YouTube. I got the YouTube channel. That'll be Bhedrochk Films. And yeah, I also have the Gmail, the emails, stuff like that. Check into it. They're there.
Nice, perfect. All right, great. So everybody, you heard him. Please go and follow him on Instagram. Check out his YouTube videos. What is your YouTube channel called, or do you have the YouTube channel up?
Yeah, the YouTube channel, Bhedrochk Films. Check it up. I gotta upload some things. I'm about to update it. I just revamped it, so just hold on. I got y'all. Give me about a week, and that'll be done up. And what else can I help you with? Again, 50-50, everything. That's 5050, no space, everything. If you want to get in tune with our music, with our videos. All
right, perfect. All right, thank you so much for.
Shout out to
Oh, thank you. It's so funny. People are like, "Are you from Brooklyn?" I'm like, "Oh, are you sure?" I remember we met. You were like, "You're from Brooklyn." But yes, I'm happy we met. I'm happy we connected. I'm happy that we both came out that night. And everyone, you heard him. Please go and follow him. Go and like his pages. Go and like his posts. He's doing a lot of really great things out here. So Megadon will definitely have you on again. To everyone listening, please go and check out our website, FromMothersGarden.com. You can find this page, A Crazy Dream, through From Mother's Garden and through our Instagram and Twitter page and our Facebook. And we will be back again. And Megadon will definitely have you on again.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And everybody, again, love is love. 50-50 love.
50-50 love. All right, take care.
All right, peace.
Peace.